Mod time for Farm Sim 25 is here again. In total, 37 mods were released today on the in-game mod up. All platforms got 27 new, and PC Mac players got 9 new and 1 update. And hey, if you like staying updated with all the latest mods in Farm Sim, get subscribed. Let's go. Starting off with new mods for all platforms, we have the Liftable Pallets and Bales mod from Yoast Modding. Now, we did showcase this mod ahead of its release. However, back then it was 2 mods, which was pallets and big bags and a bales mod. Well, now it is all in one. Everything you see here is liftable. And furthermore, some of the other cool things is that anything that is produced by animals or production, stuff like that. So let's say you've got like flour that gets produced, well, then that becomes liftable. Likewise, if you make a bale with this baler right here, you can pick it up. The bales only weigh 100 kg, so that is very cool. So anything that is purchased within this mod, anything that is made in the game for bales with these specific balers, not the base game ones, but these, but anything that's also purchased at the warehouse or made in productions will be liftable. Yes, even cotton bales. As mentioned, we also have the warehouse here, which, by the way, we could buy, let's say, you know what? Wood beam. Wood beams are pretty heavy. They're also quite expensive at $12,000 each. I do not have super strength on, so you can see there it's enabled. There we go. Super strength disabled. Guess what? I can still pick it up. All things are liftable, yeah! So if you are making bales, if you need pallets, if you need anything, make sure that you are using this mod because you are going to be very, very thankful that you do. And just to quickly kind of go off of everything that's in here, you've got a vegetable pallet, which, by the way, you have to buy these, not the one that the game gives you if you want it to be liftable. You also have liquid fertilizers, you have herbicides, round bale net, round bale twine, mineral feed, you have poplars and potatoes and sugar beets, sugar cane, seeds, Ronnie wrap, rice sapling pallets, silage additive, oats, solid fertilizer, wheat, tree saplings, all kinds of stuff through there, lime, pig feed, road salt, seeds, and then you have wheat, oats, lime, pig food, road salt, and seeds, as well as solid fertilizer in big bag form, and then you've got all these bales that you can make. So all of the bales in the game can be made with all of the balers that are included. All of them have been modified, so you're good to go there. You're not going to notice anything that's different or changed up with these, but anything they make is liftable. It's so awesome. And then if you need some bales as well, there's a couple bales here for you to buy if you need them. Next up, we have the Lizard Forage Pickup. What this does is it can actually pick up any of your forage crops, but it picks up, well, pretty much everything, to be fair. It goes on a front hitch on your tractor. You can put it on the back as well, but front is normally where it's going to be, and you can use this to unload your silos or pick up grass off of the ground. If ever you've used a forage harvester to pick something up off the ground with like a pickup, like something like this, that is basically what this is, but for your tractor. It's got all the machine built into it. So again, if you're picking up straw or grass or hay, something like that off of the ground, if you've got a silage clamp that you want to unload easily, this is what you use for that. Also, you can change up the colors, which is very cool. I do have that unlimited color mod installed, and as I mentioned, I will be doing all reviews going forward with this mod, so just a heads up through there. But you can change things up, which I find super duper cool. Check that out. Hey, speaking of forage harvesters, you have the CLAAS Direct Disc 600 next. So on here we have a standard set and then a design one. Generally, design will pop up whenever you're doing stuff with canola, but hey, you can add this here if you want to. 6 meters at 9 miles an hour. As far as I can tell, this is a mower, but it will also forage all of your other crops, which is kind of cool. And then you also have a header trailer to go along with it. If you're in need of a dolly, well, you got one here from Agro Mods. This is the Randon Dolly. So this is more used for some of their South American stuff, but you can use it for whatever you want. It doesn't matter. Your wheel brands, well, they aren't really into words, so they give you pictures. Pictures are nice. Words really don't matter when no one knows what you're talking about, so that's pretty cool. Arching, you've got that if you want to, so you can pop that up a little bit. Works better for South American trailers, not so much with any of the other ones. Trailer models, new R model, and then line R model. So that tells us we know, well, what trailers we're going to be getting from them. That's kind of cool. As far as wheel designs, you got your hubcaps and everything like that. Attacher type, we have the ball hitch with a bucket. We have a regular ball hitch, which is nice. Even have a fifth wheel, which is kind of the whole purpose of this. But hey, if you need it, it's there. And then you've got all kinds of colors for main, rear mudguard, and rim colors. If you're in need of a cultivator, well, here you go, the Lemken Smaragd 9400. This is a 4-meter cultivator. 140 horsepower is required for it. It goes 9 miles an hour in a max speed, and it weighs 1.6 tons, so you won't need a big weight for the front. Next one sounds like a disease. This is the Dondi Discovitis. Definitely not something that I want to have to go to the dentist for, or the chiropractor for, I guess, either. 1.1 tons, this is a subsoiler for you guys, if that wasn't clear. 65 horsepower is required on here. We have a 2-meter working with, and it'll go 7 miles an hour. Next, we've got a very cool pack, the Gorenc Transfer Pack. I believe we've seen this before. Basically, we have a 3-point hitch, which hooks up to round bales. There you go. Very, very cool. Now, we also have a couple sets here, which kind of do some fun stuff. So let's talk about that. We have the Transfer L, Transfer R, the D, and the Supra. No, it's not a Toyota. So basically what we've got here is a 1 bale, and then we have a 2 bale or 1 to 2 bales, as well as 1 pallet. So basically this one you lower down, good to go, that's it. This one will actually tilt, so you can push it forward, up and down, all that good stuff. Then this guy right here, same as the first option, but holds 2 bales. And then lastly, this one you can kind of open up, move back and forth, open it around, do your thing. Ah, yeah. We also have design number 2, which is going to be for pallets, and then for that. So if you're not quite sure which one you need, I would probably go for the Supra and just customize it whenever you need. And if you're in need of some front loader Balespikes, well, the Quicke M140 is going to be the way to go. And here we've got a couple different ones. You have transport straps and transport straps with transport straps? Oh no, transport straps without camera. There you go. That's what it is. Moved a little slow, didn't it? So in your first one, which is just a straight up normal set, you've got different sets for Balespikes here, which is very, very nice. You've also got stickers, which can be applied, yes or no. And then, of course, we have a main color option and a design color, which is going to be your tines. Then we've got one that has straps. So same thing, same option, same color options, but we have a strap version. So you can strap bales down to make things a little bit easier for yourself. Then we've got a version here without straps, and it also doesn't have a new camera setup. So if you go with this, you get a new camera. If you get this, no camera. If that's a little bit too fancy pants for you, well, maybe you just need to go with this. Actually, this one's probably going to be a lot easier to use for everyone because you can load up multiple bales with it. It also has a area in the back, which can be raised up and lowered down, which gives you a nice little buffer against it, which is nice. And again, you got all kinds of colors, which is good news. It's pretty cheap too, $1,200, weighs a quarter of a ton. Not bad. Also, this is going to be for front loaders. Now, if you need a weight, this is the one right here. This is the Lizard TZ400. It's a transport box, weighs 160 kgs. And if you add with stuff, it actually puts stuff inside the box, which is very cool. So the weight's not actually a weight so much as it is just a place to like put stuff, if that makes sense. It's just kind of cool. So in here as well, you could see an opening for a chainsaw. So if you got a chainsaw, you could put one in there. So that is very, very nice. Otherwise, yes, not a whole lot to the box. You can raise it, lower it. You can also close the cover on it. And I mean, that's it. Just doesn't weigh much. Here's something that also doesn't weigh too much. The signal bar. This is from DjGoHam on here. So this is pretty sweet. Hooks up via 3-point, and it is a warning bar. Now, you can throw on a couple details on the side to kind of show where you're at. You've also got lights on there too. It's called flood lighting. However, they are just different warning signs or white or amber lighting, depending if it's the front or the back. We also have side markers as well, so that's pretty cool. And even a beacon light, which you could throw on there. You've got little itty bitty LED strobes or full-size beacons. So that's kind of cool. And then we've got a sign, even with an oversized load and a wide load. And then you've got the convoy agricultural convoy. You can even throw on a 3-point hitch on here too. That's super cool. And then main color, we have design color, which I'm not quite sure what design color is going to change up. Oh, around towards the outside. And then design color as well. We can change this to something. Yeah. And if you just want a pallet for fuel, here you go. It's 1,000 liters. It is diesel. You can buy up to 8 at a time. Nice and simple. Next new one for all platforms is a bit of a game changer if you guys have ever used it in FS22, the Planet Modular BGA from Kärcher. There's a lot of stuff in this mod, so let's take a look at what they have provided, then we'll go into the game. So you can see here we've got our bunker on the left-hand side and slurry storage on the right-hand side. Again, two things that we kind of split up a little bit into the game. Then we've got things that kind of run over to the fermenter. We also have a liquid digester. Both of those go down into the digestate storage. Now, you could also use a secondary fermenter as well if you would like. And then over here, we've also got a sales department. We have a distribution department, which is very cool. And from the fermenter, you can also go over into the secondary fermenter. Don't really worry about those, just put down what you want. So that's kind of a basic overview. In the game, I've just kind of put some stuff down, so how's about we jump in and see exactly what's what. So in here, we've got quite a few different pieces. Here we have the bunker small, bunker medium, and bunker large. As you know, this is where you put stuff. So that's kind of nice. Manure, silage, and cut sugar beets are going to be going in there. Then we have a fermenter. You guys probably have seen these before. Each one of these is going to do things at a different rate. So we have a 100, 200. This is a 300. We also have a 400 here as well. And then we've got the liquid digester. So if you want to digest your slurry, well, this is where you're going to need. So you're going to need one of each, it looks like. Anyway, I'm going to have to do a lot of testing with this just to make sure it's working. However, you should be good to go. Then we have the central slurry storage for the Planet BGA. So this is where you're going to be getting out, or putting in rather, your slurry. So confusing. Even for me, it's confusing. Then we have a generator small. This is going to be taking all of your other stuff and turning it into charge. We've got a couple versions of those, even a very, very big one. Then we have the methane cells. So, or say methane cells? Yeah, methane cells. There you go. So methane's going to be in here, and that is its own production point. We also have the methane storage, and then we have the electricity storage. All of these can be found over in the second section and in factories. So for the pieces that have multiples, I'm just going to put down one of each. So there we go. We've got one of each. Now that we're in here, or out here rather, you can see everything's got a cog beside it because it is all production. So you can see we've got our bunker in here, the central digestate storage. We also have central slurry storage, etc., etc., etc. So with these, it's a closed system. So apparently with the Planet Modular BGA, Kärcher said that, I don't know if no other mods are working, but it is a closed system. So it's not working alongside base game pieces of equipment, which could be very helpful. So from here, basically, all we have to do is follow that chart that we saw beforehand. Everything goes into the bunker large, manure, silage, and sugar beet cut, and then out we get fermenter beet cut, manure, and silage. Then that stuff goes into the fermenter here, and out goes the fermentation residue, raw methane. So this is kind of neat because this is truly a modular BGA set up to where you can make stuff go from one end to the other, and you can even upgrade specific parts of it. Very, very, very cool. That's just awesome, man. Also, you've got your slurry as well. We talked about that. Slurry input 2 million liters, which is great. And then you have fermenter slurry and liquid fermenter slurry out. So you've got one of each of those, which is kind of neat. So your fermenter right here, fermenter slurry there, and then the liquid digester, liquid fermenter slurry. Do I know what the difference is? Absolutely not. But there's differences. And then, of course, you've got cells as well. You've got storage for your methane. And then you've also got your central digestate storage here, too, which is just going to take the storable fermentation residue, turn it into digestate, and then you can get the digestate out. There's a lot to this, man. All right, hopefully your brain doesn't hurt too much after that. So let's talk about the next mod, the Small Grain Silos pack. This pack includes 2 silos and 2 silo extensions, as you can see here. We also have some little bits of bobs through here. So let's take a look. The one on the left is going to be the fold and unfold the blower, and the one on the right is going to be to fold and unfold the auger, which is very, very cool. Let's see if I can zoom out enough. Yeah, there we go. Check that out. Very awesome indeed. Oh, nope, want that back. Boop, got it. This would be great for times where if you've got this in a tight spot and maybe you don't need it all the time, you're good to go. So that auger is going to hold 100,000 liters. Then we've got a extension here. Is it 100,000? I don't believe that for a second. Let's take a look. So jumping into silos here, probably should have looked ahead of time. Okay, 30,000 liters. That's more like it. And then 20,000 for the small guy. As far as our silo extensions go, if I can put them in the right spot, the big one's going to be 30,000 and the little one's 20. So I guess putting all of these beside each other has turned this into a really, really nice large capacity setup. Also, weirdly, the 20-ton, this holds 100 and this one's only going 80. So it's not recognizing one of the two smaller sets. Interesting. Next up from ICAs, we have the wide garage. This thing's gonna cost you 80,000 bucks and it's massive. Check this out. Oh my goodness. So this is gonna be great for long cedar setups. If you've got maybe a Seed Hawk or something like that. I don't think the mod's out yet, but hey, maybe soon. You choose the color of the metals, but not the wood. And not the bottom. I would assume we have automatic lighting outside at night, and then we have manual lighting inside. At least that's what ICAs normally does. So that's my assumption here. Next up from Omatana, we have the Open Sheds Pack. This is a pretty neat little shed pack. So you've got all kinds of little stuff here. You could also change up the color. So we'll take a look at that in a second. I've gone for the base color for all the sheds except for this one, which I've gone for a really dark brown. Absolutely beautiful. Looks like somebody spent a lot of time staining that wood. There are 5 different buildings in this pack, so you can kind of go through, find the one that you like, and you'll be all good to go. There's also a thing over here. I don't think we can do anything with that. Nope, but almost, right? All right, let's come in and take a look. So let's just go with, this, you know, it is over here. This would work perfect. Let's go in and select the color. So in the list here, of course, we have all of the above. However, Omatana has provided quite a few options for different browns, dark browns, beige, red, some pale greens, petrol, and then we have a lilac, which I really want to see what that looks like. Beautiful building. That's cool. I also want to admit that these are super cheap, like 1,000, 3,000, 5,000, and 8,000 respectively. Next is something that I think players are ready for. This is the Finnish sheep barn. But not only that, it is a customizable barn with your solar panels, with color customization, and with an option to be able to change up your fence, which is super duper cool. Let's pop around. Let's go inside, take a look. I'm going to turn on my HUD as well because I can't see anything in here. So the way I've got it customized, we can hold up to 87 sheep. However, the base capacity is 80 sheep. So obviously you could fill that up, which is nice. Let's head out here. Very cool. Also, I would love to see this. All right, so looks like our players can get in and out. However, I'm not sure is there something on that door? There's something on that door that just doesn't want players to go through it. Whatever, what are you gonna do about it? Let's go in and customize one. As a matter of fact, let's sell that one first. Boom, in here, customize solar panels, yes or no. Then we have our color, which can be changed up to any of the base game colors. Let's go. Toothpaste. That'll work for me. All right, we're all set, ready to go. We can place this down. Yep. And do we want to do a custom fence for this? Yep, as well. Boom, 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 boom. Please. Apparently that area is restricted. I messed it up. Well, you get the idea. Also, if you don't use free build, it is going to put down this texture right here. Oh yeah, and if you're curious, the circle is just gone from painting. I don't know why, but it's just gone. Next, we've got a mod that I've already shown up from Black Sheep Modding. This is the Old Storage Shed. Very, very cool here. You could store up to 550 bales and or pallets in here as you wish. Currently storage is empty, but you could put down anything you want. Just make sure you get it in this trigger right here, not on the outside. This is available in 2 different versions, but you are going to have to customize to get that. So you've got one with a wall on the left and then one on the wall on the right. Does this mean you can put them together like this and make a really long one? Yes! Does it also mean that you can do like this and put them together kind of like this? Yes, you can. So, whichever one you like. Oh yeah, and these are mega cheap, 10 grand. If you don't want that one, well, MA7 Studios got one for you here as well. This one is going to be the straw storage bedding, and, I think pretty much about the same thing. I don't know how many it holds. It just says a controlled surface of 210 square meters, which means absolutely nothing. 450 pieces. All right, so less than the other one. It actually looks bigger too. Maybe it's just me. This is a mod that was released FS22 not long ago, and it's here now for 25 as well. The gas station mod from Barney. Just looks cool, man. It's a place where you can refuel. And that's about it, but it looks awesome. Next is another cool one. This is the liquid fertilizer tank. Fertilizer tank to place on your farm and fill your sprayers. All you gotta do is come over here. You can buy herbicide or liquid fertilizer and up to 15,000 liters of it. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to get mine to customize, which kind of stinks. And I don't even think it's an option. So there's that too. For those of you that are wanting to store some slurry, well, maybe this is going to be the perfect place for you. The square, practical, good design, as they say, slurry storage. This will hold 150,000 liters. Going to cost you 32,000 bucks. It's not a lot of slurry, if I'm honest. 150,000 liters is going to go pretty darn fast. But if you're looking for it, it's going to be found here in silos. As a matter of fact, as I'm looking at this here, filling volume 150,000 liters on the website, but in-game, only showing 100. That's the one I would listen to. 100. Next, we have the modern wooden shed. This one I really dig, man. Check this out. So around towards in here, we do have the shed itself. You do have lights, which are super duper bright. Love this because in my neck of the woods, this is kind of stuff that you would see. And we can also go in here and customize. Oh, yes. Does this mean we can have a pink one? It does. Ha ha. Love it. Check this thing out. Next, we've got a bit of a confusing one. This is the Woodbarn with storage shelves. However, one of these is hiding a secret, and it's that I don't think it's right. So one of these is the wooden shed with storage shelves. And we go in here, take a look. Aha! Yes, the storage shelves look fantastic. Also, the wood on here, mwah, perfect. Over here, we have a different shed. This is just Woodbarn. See, Woodbarn with storage shelves, Woodbarn. Two different things. We open this door. Ah, there's still storage shelves in here. Why did you do that? The mod hub says wooden shed without storage shelf and wooden shed with storage shelf. This is just the same building twice. So I imagine we'll probably be getting an update to basically fix that. Not that that's a problem. It's a cool looking building. Also, what's really funny is on the mod hub, I don't think any testing was done with this at all. I'm just saying, not from the mod hub side, from the modder side. It says that the wooden shed without storage shelf should be 106,000. Well, in the game, wooden barn with storage shelf, 106,000, and then wooden barn, well, it's supposed to be the one without, is actually the one with storage shelves. And somebody got messed up, I think. And oh boy, the time of houses that have zero purpose are back. And we're not here for it. This is the quote-unquote elegant house. It is the lazy house, if you ask me. No interior. No time was spent. Make a model, be done with it, kick it out. You could sleep, you could change clothes. This may be all you're looking for. Are these even popular? Does anybody even care about houses like this anymore? I mean, when you got a house like this that's will be here soon that has a full interior, who cares? Next one's a tall one. This is the fire sirens used to alert the fire brigade, police, and rescue workers. It's gonna cost you $95,000. It's ridiculous. Well, let's go over here and see what we can do. Siren on. All right. Well, that's enough for me. I was about to say, does it go off? Yeah, it's going off. That is loud. That is very, very loud. Not obnoxious like me, but very loud. Okay, bringing it back down. No, keeps going. Can we turn off? An immediate turn off. That's good. And lastly, we have the Kärcher K2.14. This is just a small little sprayer. Works exactly like the ones do in-game, except it's right here. Can't pick it up, can't move it around, nothing like that. But it is nice that it's just kind of small and you don't really have to worry about it. Very cool. Jumping over to new ones for PC and Mac players. We have the Akpil KM180 4+1+1 equals 6. Not the last part. You got a couple different setups through here. It's 4 share. You can do 5 or 6, which is kind of nice. It goes between 3 meters, 3 meters, and 3 meters. I don't know how that's possible, but it does increase the horsepower, so there's that. Wheel options, you could change that up if you would like to, with the BKT, Trelleborg, and being good with it. I will say that for some reason, it is centered right in the front of this. It would be nice if the camera in the store was maybe centered around the piece of the implement itself. And of course, well, no worrying about complaining about only 3 red colors, because you can do whatever you want now. Very cool. Next is a mod that I haven't used a whole lot, but it's still super cool. Digital displays. Whether you've got corn or wheat in un silo, or maybe you got a production chain, these will tell you what you got in there. So they have a different amount of lines, different designs. You can see here, this one's just absolutely insane with 2 different sides on it. These are going to be found in tools. So we've got the this thing, the pole, and then you've got a little small one right here. You can even throw that just right there if you wanted to, or even right on the side of it. You can do that too. We've got a smaller 8 line here, a 12 line. You have a 26, a 52 liner right there, a 20 here. Some pretty cool stuff. No matter what's in there, if you have a fill type in a thing, this will tell you what's in it. You could put as many down as you want, as you can see here. I will also say this, some of them just kind of turn into like a death glow when there's no silo, and some of them just kind of stay put. So be good with it. Don't try and break the game. Next new one for PC and Mac players is called the Trailer Axle Blocker, and I'm sure there's been a lot of you guys that have been waiting on this one. So what this does, I'm sure you've all had times that look like that before. What this does is allows you to back up your trailer without, or pull it forward for that matter, without having to get everything just right and, well, catty cornering. So we hit this button. He said trailer must be straight to activate. Well, there we go. We straightened it out, and we hit our button, and now we're good. It is going to be using the key right to the right of the letter P, as in Peter loves Kentucky Fried Chicken. I don't know what that's called, but it works. It works great. You can pull straight forward. You can back it up. Heads up, pulling trailers like this forward with this sucks. So maybe don't do that. But you can hit it, activate, hit it again, deactivate. Works perfect. Let's keep it going with new mods for PC and Mac players. Next one is more missions. Simply more missions. With this script, you can accept an infinite number of missions. But be careful. The display of the mission will only get longer and longer, and not all of them will be displayed. So do be careful of that. Uploading to sites other than the mod hub is prohibited. Well, see you out there, third parties. Here's one that maybe some people want. I'm cool with this. The Disable Player Camera Blur. The mod disables the player's third-person camera blur. And if we jump in, this is with it off, and that's with it on. So you can see the differences through there. I'm cool with it. I think it looks kind of neat, but hey, if you wanted it, well, here it is. Here's a nice one. This is called Realistic Milking Times. Cows are milked morning and night at 6, and you'll collect the milk produced only at those times. Very cool. Next up, we've got the Engine Brakeforce Compensation mod. The script reduces the engine braking efficiency of all manual transmission and increases at CVTs. Hotkeys not needed because it works passively in the background. Here's one that makes it really nice if you have different implements. This is the cruise control levels. The mod adds 3 speed levels to the cruise control. These can all save different speeds, so you can switch between different speeds more quickly. With the buttons Shift 4 and Control 4, you can switch the level. And your last one for PC and Mac is Decrease Reverse Beep. Simply with this, you can reduce the volume of the reverse warning beep. And your only update today for either platforms, this one specifically PC and Mac, the Camera Zoom mod version 1.1, corrected the character tilt from the top view, and reset button now brings you to the FOV originally set by the player. And that is it. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, drop a like, get subscribed if you're new, join the DjGoHam fam. Double check out notification bell as well. The way you never miss videos like this one. Already dropped a video on FS22 earlier, so check that out if you want to see those videos. The Kenworth came out, I believe it was, and the Husqvarna as well, so very cool there. Otherwise, just have an awesome day. I'll catch you in the next.